Welcome to Fitness with Nate. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and that notification bell so you can get updates on current videos as they come out. This channel is for fitness tips for beginners.
Hey everybody, this is kind of a PSA, a public service announcement. Gluten intolerance is a thing. And I'm not talking about celiac. Celiac though is definitely a thing. But just because you're gluten intolerant does not mean that you are celiac. But if you are celiac, you are gluten intolerant. It's just a more severe form of it, essentially. So gluten intolerance is a thing. The number one thing that I can say about that is it is more prevalent and more common in our society than most people think. It is something to do with the way that wheat is processed in America, that a lot of Americans are actually allergic to gluten, to wheat. You can look up a lot of the symptoms online, but key ones that I'm going to talk about are brain fog, constipation, tiredness, and honestly, chronic heartburn. These are all things that I had before cutting gluten out. And I'm not going to say I was gluten intolerant my entire life, because I went 30 plus years eating gluten, eating wheat, eating flour. It is a thing that happens later in life, can happen later in life. It's a thing that can be triggered by stress, by changes in your body. So there's not, it's just like people that develop allergies later in life. It happens. And that's exactly what it is. It's an allergy. You're allergic to wheat. The problem is, when you're gluten intolerant, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a biologist, I can only say what I understand of the topic. But when you're gluten intolerant and you eat wheat, what it does, what happens is it gets in your system and it coats your intestines. It coats the what's called villi, I think. It coats your intestines, and it prevents your body from absorbing nutrients from other food. So when you, especially when you're gluten intolerant, if you have gluten, which I've glutened myself before, it makes you tired, makes you groggy, makes it to where your brain doesn't work properly for a while. Usually for me, it lasts anywhere from 3 to 7 days, depending on how bad I gluten myself. There's been one time that I did it on purpose, which I'm not proud of, but most of the time it's an accident. Most of the time it's something where I order something at a restaurant and don't realize that it has gluten in it. Or, I'm eating with family and they don't realize that I'm gluten intolerant, or they forget. Or I stupidly don't check the ingredients on something and just assume. Brain fog, general tiredness, constipation, and some people actually experience the opposite. Some people can't not go to the bathroom when they have gluten, when they gluten themselves. And I had constant heartburn. Like, I had to take heartburn pills every day. I had to keep Tums on me at all times. When I finally cut it out, it was a huge shift in my eating habits, because pizza, Chinese food, pasta, burgers, Italian food, French bread, chicken fried steak. I loved breakfast. I loved pancakes, waffles. I loved cinnamon rolls, bear claws, toast. You name it. It was my jam. So it was definitely a hard thing for me to do, to shift to not eating gluten. When I did, it took my body about a month, probably a month to 2 months, before I started feeling better. And the way that I realized I was feeling better is because I thought I wasn't feeling better, so I had a bun on a burger. That laid me up in bed for 7 days. What we don't realize with gluten intolerance is what it feels like to feel normal, because we are constantly, if you don't know that you're gluten intolerant, you constantly feel like crap, but you think that is normal. You think that's how you're supposed to feel. I will tell you, you are not supposed to feel that way. Gluten intolerance is a real thing. It's a thing that, like I said, most Americans experience and don't know what it is and don't know what's causing it. When you look at ingredients on a label, look for anything that says wheat, malt, barley, hops. You cannot have those things. Malt is usually made from wheat, unfortunately. If you are celiac, you should know by now, but if you are celiac, you can only eat things that say gluten-free on them, certified gluten-free. Unless they're probably meat and cheese products. But you probably know your body better than me, so don't listen to me on that one. But if you are just gluten intolerant, anything with wheat, barley, hops, and malt, you gotta avoid it. See what happens, see how your body feels. Replace spaghetti with spaghetti squash. Replace bread with corn tortillas. And see what happens. Ultimately, the thing with gluten intolerance, the only way to really find out is to cut it out. And when you cut it out to find out, like the elimination of gluten from your diet, when you cut it out, it's a good idea to cut out other inflammatory foods. I would suggest looking it up online. Listen to your body. But yeah, just do what you gotta do. But I do suggest, if you're feeling any of the symptoms that I mentioned, there's a lot more to it than those, but those are the main ones that I felt. If you're feeling any of those symptoms, cut gluten out, see what happens. Just remember, I appreciate you. You're amazing. And I'll see y'all next time.
Questions, comments, whatever, let me know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and like I said, if you want, throw me a comment. But that's all I've got for now. I appreciate everybody. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great day, everybody. Well, I hope you all have an excellent day.
Peace out.